oven roasted corned beef and cabbage. This was pretty good. Let me show you how I make it. This time I had a 3.6-pound table maker's point cut corned beef brisket. The flavor was really good. It did come with a small seasoning packet. This was seared on the stovetop and then roasted for 4.5 hours. I did let it rest 30 minutes. It was very juicy and sliced up beautifully. I got some of the prep done early in the morning, then started this around 1 to have it ready close to 6. I made a glaze, then sliced some of the veggies up. For the glaze, in a small bowl, add 1 tablespoon of honey for more accurate measurements. Oil your measuring utensils, especially with anything sticky. Then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 cup of ginger ale, 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar, a little salt and pepper. Then I mix it up, cover it, and set it aside. I will link these bowls in the description. They all come with a lid. One of the bigger ones has a removable section for shredding and grating and slicing directly into the bowl. I sliced up for large carrots. You can use any potatoes, but I really love these, the red potatoes. I just washed them and cut them in half. Some of them were bigger. I sliced those again. These peelers are linked below as well. It comes with 2. Look how pretty these look. They look a little like mini apples. I like to sear almost all my meats. I love the flavor it adds. This will work with any cut. I did have to pat it dry. It will give it a better sear. I just used their seasoned packet. You could look up how to make your own if they didn't put one in yours. I put 3/4 of the seasoning on the side I'm searing. The fatty side doesn't sear well. In a Dutch oven, over medium-high heat, I add about 2 tablespoons of oil and sear the not fatty side. My oven is set to 350. I lower it to 325. 1 hour into baking. I'm cutting a head of green cabbage into half and only using 1/2. I cut that half into quarters, removing the core first. I also sliced up a whole onion. After I flip the beef, I add the onions around it and let that cook for a couple minutes. While that's cooking with the onions, I get the glaze ready. I usually just add a little more than half. I make extra in case it evaporates more than expected. And sometimes I cook the veggies separately and use it on them as well. The first are keep oven at 350, then lower to 325. I then add the carrots and potatoes and season those with salt and pepper. Save the cabbage to add after it's been cooking for 2 hours. Add about 3/4 of the glaze on top of everything. I then bring it to a boil, cover it with a lid, and place it into the oven. At the 1 hour mark, take it out and pour more glaze over the meat and veggies. Lower the temp, then in another hour, pour more glaze over everything again as well. At the 2 hour mark, add the cabbage. I place it on top of everything. Pour glaze over it. Seasoning with salt and pepper, cover again for 1.5 hours. After 30 more minutes, glaze again, and the last 30 minutes keep it uncovered. I let the brisket rest 20 minutes in the pot, then 10 minutes on the cutting board. I slice it against the grain, and I moved it all to a casserole dish, keeping the juice on the side to just pour over the top. Some prefer it more soupy and serve it with a lot more liquid. I will say sometimes, depending on the cut of meat, it will be more juicy. The last time I made this, the veggies or meat could have soaked most of the liquid up, or it evaporated. I thought this turned out pretty good this time. Only a few of us like cabbage, and these red potatoes were probably some of the best I ever had. I will try to link anything I love to use in the description. If you are looking for a good knife set or new cutting boards, I would purchase both of them again. I love them. Thank you for watching.